What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is time for the weekly fragrance rotation number 28. Let's get into it. This week it was pretty hot here in California, so most of these fragrances that I wore are on the fresher side. It's finally getting into that time of the year. But starting on Sunday, I decided to go with Jimmy Choo Man. I feel like this is kind of a classic at this point. This one's been out for a while now, pretty popular in the fragrance community. Very well known for being a great affordable fragrance. This one, it just reminds me of the summertime, just wearing it during the summer, going out, doing stuff in nature. I'm not sure why, but that's what this one reminds me of. Off the top, very citrusy, has a little bit of freshness from some lavender as well. And then as it dries down, you do pick up a good dose of this suede and patchouli combo. So in the base, it has this nice kind of smooth, earthy feel, while also being fresh, kind of has a shower gel feel as well. Very, very solid stuff. You could get it for a really good price as well. It's around that $30 range last time I checked on discounters. Performance on here is solid. I get 6 hours of performance. If you're looking for a do-it-all fragrance and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is definitely a fantastic option to go with right here. One of my favorites to pull out and wear. As you can see, I've put a large dent in this bottle. But again, guys, on Sunday, I went with Jimmy Choo Man. On Monday, I went with Acqua di Gio by Giorgio Armani. There's no questioning, this is a certified classic right here. It's been out for like 30 years now. One of my favorite fragrances ever. This one, it just smells so good. This is actually my second fragrance ever in my entire collection. You could tell how much I love it by this ginormous 300 milliliter size bottle. And I have worn a lot of it. This one is very citrusy and fresh on the top. And then as it dries, you pick up this big dose of aquaticness. You get a tad bit of florals as well, which gives it this nice soft touch with a woody dry down. Still super modern in my opinion. Still a huge compliment getter. Women love the way this one smells. You are not going to find a single person that thinks this fragrance smells bad. Performance on here is solid, 6 to 7 hours of performance. If for some reason you haven't smelled this one yet, I highly recommend going and checking it out because I'm 99% positive you're going to absolutely love it. But on Monday, I decided to bust this one out. One of my favorites, Acqua di Gio. Like I said, it was pretty hot here in California. There's a lot of freshies. So on Tuesday, I went with the original Polo Blue by Ralph Lauren. This is a, I guess, limited edition bottle with the Polo Bear on it. I've had some people in my comments saying that this is a fake bottle of Polo Blue. Obviously, they don't know what they're talking about. I found this one at TJ Maxx for a good price, so I decided to pick it up. This one, extremely, extremely fresh. You get this citrusy cucumber feel on the top. As it dries down, it becomes more of a shower gel feel. This one right here, it smells like you just hopped out the shower. Super fresh, super clean, super inoffensive. Another one, I don't think anyone's going to think you smell bad if you're wearing this stuff right here. I've actually gotten a good amount of compliments while wearing it as well. Another one came out a long time ago, but still smells very modern. Performance on here is solid, 6 to 7 hours of performance. You could pick this one up, I believe, in that $30, $40 range from discounters as well. If you're looking for a timeless classic, definitely check this one out. On Tuesday, I went with Polo Blue by Ralph Lauren. On Wednesday, I went with Davidoff Cool Water, Grapefruit, and Sage. Saw it a little cheapy right here. I picked this one up from the rack stores about 1 or 2 years ago. This thing was all over the rack stores when it first came out. Like the name indicates, there's only 2 notes in this fragrance, grapefruit and sage. Grapefruit on the top, it does give it sort of a fresh feel, but it's more of a like creamy, sweet grapefruit, not really tart at all. And then as it dries down, you do pick up that sage, which gives it almost this like bubblegum sweetness, a little bit of green earthy feel. Really solid stuff right here. I will say though, it is very synthetic. So if you do not like synthetic fragrances, you probably won't like this one. This one, performance is all right. I get about 6 hours. Not even all right. That's actually pretty solid considering you could pick this one up for $20, $30 on discounters. This one could work year round. I haven't gotten a compliment while wearing this one though, so I'm not sure if it's the biggest compliment getter. It does sort of have a uniqueness. I don't really have a fragrance in my collection that smells like this one right here. If you see it at the discounters, I would go ahead, roll the dice, just give it a shot, see how you like it, especially since you could pick it up for $20, $30. Again, on Wednesday, I decided to go with Davidoff Cool Water, Grapefruit, and Sage. On Thursday, I went with Lattafa Sucrate. This one's pretty simple. This is an Acqua di Gio Profumo clone, and a really solid one. I haven't really seen any Acqua di Gio Profumo clones, which is kind of shocking because I feel like that's Armani's best fragrance. But yeah, clone of Acqua di Gio Profumo, very citrusy, fresh on the top. And then as it dries down, it becomes more aquatic. You do pick up that earthy patchouli feel in the base. I will say this one isn't really a one-to-one clone. It smells pretty similar, but not the exact same. I don't really pick up as much smoky incense as the original Profumo. This one, it's mainly focused on the patchouli in the dry down, but still smells very, very nice. Performance on this one is around 6 hours. Another one, you can wear it year round. If you want something that you could dress up, dress down, this is gonna work perfectly. If you want Acqua di Gio Profumo, but you don't wanna spend that much money, you could pick this one up for in the $20 range. At that price point, absolute steal. Definitely get your hands on this one, guys. Again, on Thursday, I went with Lattafa Sucrate. On Friday, I went with Hugo Boss The Scent. This is a new pickup in the collection. I found this at a rack store. This one is pretty interesting. I don't really have anything in my collection that smells like this. It's a very smooth, slightly sweet, woody, leathery scent off the top, very citrusy. But then as it dries down, you pick up a dose of this Maninka fruit, which gives it this unique fruity feel. And then in the base, you do pick up some leather and some wood. Like I said, it has a very smooth smell to it. That wood, very smooth. The leather that you get, it's not animalistic whatsoever. It's kind of like a new car leather smell. Not exactly, but it's like that fresh, clean leather. The only downside is performance isn't really the best. I only get about 5 to 6 hours of performance from this one. I feel like this is an amazing date night fragrance. If you want a fragrance in your collection that's just super smooth, kind of subtle, you're not going to be in people's face with this one. It's not going to pronounce that you're there when you walk into a room. You kind of have to be closer to individuals for them to smell this one. Definitely check this one out. I got it from the rack store for a very solid price. I wouldn't sleep on this one either. Again, on Friday, I went with Boss The Scent. And on Saturday, ending it off, I went with Azzurro Chrome Aqua. This is one of my favorite freshies in my entire collection. This stuff, it just smells so, so good. Kind of in the vein of Acqua di Gio. It is that very fresh, citrusy, aquatic, modern men's fragrance. But this one right here focuses a lot more on the green aspect. There's a lot more aromatic, kind of fresh, spicy feel. A big dose of mint in the opening as well. This one just screams summertime, works perfect in high heat situations. Another one, big compliment getter. I've gotten several compliments while wearing this stuff right here. Super inoffensive. Performance is good as well. I get 7 to 8 hours of performance while wearing this stuff. Another one, you can get it for a very solid price on discounters in that $30 range. Like I said, it's in the vein of Acqua di Gio, but it's a little more green, a little more minty. If that sounds appealing to you, I would definitely check this one out, especially with spring and summertime rolling around. Perfect for those seasons. Ending it off on Saturday, Azzurro Chrome Aqua. All right, that is the weekly fragrance rotation number 28. It's been a while since I've done this. I wanted to bring it back. I feel like it's a really good format, and I like talking about just what I wore throughout the week. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will see you in the next video. Peace.